So funny story is I went to my doctor today after a week being on blood pressure medicine because most of y'all who follow me know I've been having this with my blood pressure. And after a week of being on my blood pressure medicine, our doctor's trying to figure out why in the hell is my blood pressure not going down. Well, I have tried to become a more professional YouTube channel by not doing all these negative videos that I'm known for. I figured, you know what, maybe I need to become more professional, more positive, and that kind of stuff like that. So, as I'm taking my blood pressure right now as we speak. I want to see what it's going to be before this video and after this video. I just finished a very good video on entropy, as I call it, entropy, and was a very successful day with it. And it was a good, fun video. So I want to see what my blood pressure is right now after editing that video and all that. And then we're going to see what it is after I'm done with this video. So as y'all can see, with a 142/99, Grumpy's blood pressure is not getting better, but I'm trying to get help for it. So let's see what DIMO and Silencio do to my blood pressure by the time this video is over with. So really, to be honest with y'all, to be fair to Silencio, this video was going to be strictly a DIMO bashing video. And when I wanted to write down the positives of DIMO, let's just say I saved the tree because paper's clean. But I also felt, and even discussing it with somebody on Discord, it wasn't fair because what I'm, going to discuss about DIMO, technically Silencio started to do the same thing to a point. Not 100% like DIMO's doing, but we had issues with DIMO started this gimmick ad thing. And again, this is going to be a DIMO video, so y'all just track with me and follow me here. So Silencio decides that they're going to start smashing us with these ads. If you want this project to be anything worthwhile, before we would get bonuses and all this stuff like that. We didn't have to watch no ads. Then it started with these ads, these gimmicky ads with King Henry and all this goofy stuff like that, commercials and stuff. And then, but you kept hearing about Silencio getting bonuses and getting fundraising and raising millions and millions of dollars between fundraising and seed money and all this stuff like that. Yet they were still slamming us with these ads, and several of us on the Discord and in different places were discussing how, what did you do with all this money that you fundraised? You can't have that many expenses. Yes, there's some in-house expenses. Yeah, there's some servers, and yeah, there's some office stuff. But really, y'all raised millions of dollars, and you still slamming us with ads. And then it just seemed then it was, hey, watch 3 ads before you even start the day. And then, so it just feels like they shoved them down our throat, shoved them down our throat, and then they tease us. Here it comes. Now we're ad free. But hold on. Do you really like this ad free? Because what we're going to do is we're going to charge you a subscription. That's right. You pay $4 a month, and I think it's $4 a month. And if you pay $4 a month or $3 a month, whatever it was, you can stay ad free. And listen, $3 or $4 a month ain't going to kill us. But it's the idea that you shove these goofy ads down our throat, and now you want us. And when you do the math of how many people supposedly running Silencio, even if you get half or almost 3/4 of these people that subscribe, do you realize like the amount of money they're making off of that? It just seems cheap. So we're like, but hey, you know what? We gave Silencio a pass because we said, you know what? If you really wanted to keep mining this project and just deal with the ads, it's still free. So you know what? We'll give Silencio a pass. DIMO, you're not so fortunate. If anybody has caught my videos, before we get any further, before we go too crazy with this, I got to do the usual spiel. Please make sure you like this video. Take half a second real quick and hit the thumbs up. If you don't like having to pay subscriptions to mine a project or be involved in the Deep End project, hit the like button below. Show DIMO that you do agree with this before we go any further. Yes, I know. Just from watching, I said I've did videos on this, and I see it right now on their X. I see it in the Discord. You have these cheerleaders with every project I discuss. I always discuss this subject. There's these cheerleaders that it doesn't matter if DIMO is going to charge them a 50% fee on all DIMO they make. stain the project as like a gas. You will still have these people on there that like, this is great for the project. This is the build future stuff. This is great. You have these idiots that do that. So I'm not gonna sit there and act like 100% of everybody is on board with Grumpy. As we're finding out with another project like Chirp, it seems like some people are just afraid to say anything. You got people willfully cheating, and yet I'm the only one complaining. So I just told somebody, DM, I'm not even gonna complain about that no more. I'm not gonna be the only person that complains. Just like you're not gonna see me in the DIMO, because in the DIMO Discord, you got enough people complaining about this right now. All right, so let me get on board. Let me go with what I'm talking about. So DIMO, who I have been involved with for 15 months. Let's look at what I said just Monday about DIMO. This was 4 or 5 days ago. There has really been no change in anything. I will say that if you have a brand new Macaron, there's so many different levels now, it's hard for me to tell you what we're making them off. But when you're making so little, it all kind of blends in. So a brand new Macaron, if you have your account for that vehicle also added, and you stake, if you stake, you get another level, and so on and so on. But I'm staking and I'm doing all that stuff for each of my 5 devices. I'm staking 500 a piece, so I'm getting another level. But either way, a brand new Macaron doing all that is making you 15 cents a day. And right now, one of my vehicles, the top level, there's been demoing it for a long time. So they're basically maxed out on levels and has a couple of different levels in it too, as far as I have the online account attached and we're staking, stuff like that. You're making about 22 cents a day. This is again after about 16 or 20 weeks of driving with that device. So just so you don't think I made anything up for this video right here, here you go. On what I went over Monday. On Monday, I go over all my DPIM projects and what I'm making currently each week. And you saw the little side note. It has been 15, 16, 17 months. I ordered them in December, got them in January. So y'all can do the math, 17 months. And I have yet to ROI on three devices. There was a special a year and a half ago that if you bought 3 or more, you got them for $89 a piece plus shipping. I'm not even trying to include the shipping. I'm not trying to include the shipping. So for one $89 device, a device has even my device that has never been disconnected, that's at the highest, I think highest level possible, has not made enough to ROI yet. So my highest level vehicle is my GMC Canyon that's making 27 DIMO every week. It's a level 8 out of 13. And right now, that means right now I am making $1.64 a week, which is equivalent to 23 cents. Now remember, this thing has been mining for, I know a lot of y'all, because I know I'm gonna get attacked for this video, so I want everything to be honest and truthful and everything else. So this is saying that I have, let me see if I can find how many streaks or how many weeks I've been doing this. 72 weeks connected. Okay. I am making 23 cents a day. When you times that by 30 days, I'm making $7 a month on the Macaron. Again, I paid $89 for this. 89 divided by 23. It will take 386 days right now if you are that high, but you're not that high because you're starting off very low. Hey, this is all stuff that I don't need to rehash. All right, so what did y'all come to this video for? So tonight there was an announcement, and I went and moved my sprinkler outside, and as you can see, I got wet. By the person, from understanding, the head guy of DIMO himself, Rob Solomon, and he's lost his mind. Somebody better go check on him. He might need a psych eval. I don't know where he has pivoted and lost his direction, but somebody really needs to go help the fella. That's about as nice as I'm going to put it in this video, because it's going to get drastically worse from here. If you don't like it, then I would suggest you go and press next on the video and go watch some people running on the beach or something. When we got into DIMO was advertised to us as DIMO was going to collect some kind of information and sell it to insurance companies, sell it to car manufacturers about driving habits and that kind of stuff like that. I'm pretty sure that's what this was about, because they even explained to us how it didn't know exactly who was driving it. So that's why we're still anonymous, but it was just our driving habits and, not really what the vehicles use, but that kind of stuff like that. And at some point they started pivoting to this formula of there's more programs being involved or initiated, or whatever you want to call it, iterated into the DIMO app, so that you could also see some of the stuff that's going on in your vehicle. You can use it for diagnostic and just different things like that. And now it seems like, they come up with this announcement now that now you will have to pay a subscription for that. A project that has the price action of similar, a mobster's victim with some concrete weighed to his feet and getting dumped into the ocean. Because this has just been a steady, other than around New Year's, you had a little bit of a, hey, everything was coming back. You had YouTubers putting out videos about we were going to be millionaires with DIMO and all this crap like that. And you went from basically in 6 months, this is the 4-hour chart, in 6 months, you went, and I didn't even count this one little spike high because, it would have made it worse. But on the 4-hour chart would have closed November 30th, November 29th, you're down 80%. 80%. So this guy comes on Twitter earlier and he basically says, if you have to pay people to use your product, is it any good? And he's spinning it like, dude, I'm telling you, I don't know this guy personally, so I don't want to make too many jokes about him getting some bad crack or something like that. Lines of white dust on his desk or something. I don't know. Or high or drunk or banged. Maybe he just fell and slipped in the kitchen and banged his head on something. There's nothing drugs. There's not nothing to joke around with. I understand. Nobody has to leave no nasty comments. Can't even make a joke these days without offending somebody. But this is wild. I don't know how else you want to put it. Soon, DIMO will require a $100 a year or a 10-month subscription per car for most users. With that, the R1 is now only $100. They give it to you on discount and comes with 6 months free. Woo-hoo. They still don't know what the exact rewards are going to be for R1. So let's just say the beginning R1 rewards are the top of the line Macaron rewards. To get $100, you're going to need 454 days to make $100 if you're making 22 cents again. That's at the beginning range. So, okay, what's the most you think it can be? Maybe 30, because you remember the token price is going down. So even if they're paying you more tokens than what the Macaron makes, let's just say they give you, 1.5 of this. So let's just say it's 35 cents a day. Then you're looking at 285 days. But guess what? That's not accurate either, because after 6 months, you got to start paying for the subscription. So this is y'all cheerleaders who think there's nothing wrong with this. Y'all going to put your money where your mouth is, because now you're basically going to be doing this for basically free after you pay for subscription to this project. And this guy wants to spin this because this is a good thing. And me, I got to say what I got to say. And you can try to spin this any way you want. When you start trying to charge people for supporting your project, it's showing it's failing. And I am probably the 10th person that put something like this on this X or in the Discord. To me, this is a straight flag that this project is failing. People can call me out. People can unsubscribe. I'm sorry. I've supported DIMO in the past to a point, but you can't tell me when this project was supposed to be about selling their data to other companies. And now I'm going to show you the minute in the Discord where he says that's not what this was about. I'm telling you, I think this dude had a concussion or something. Or he thinks like we don't pay attention or we have new people here that ain't going to call him out on this. And I tell everybody, I bought 3 of these things for $89 a piece and still have not ROI'd on an $89 device in 17 months. I showed y'all, or I don't know if I showed y'all, but I'm going to show y'all right now if y'all can see it because I know. But I have right now, total. Now, you remember, right now, I have 5 Macarons. My buddy didn't want nothing to do with this project. He bought it. The thing sat on his desk for 3 or 4 months. He said, I got 2 of these things. You have cars you can put them in? I said, yep. So for the last 2 months, I've had Macarons free of charge adding into this balance. So with 5 Macarons now, I cannot ROI on 3 devices. $90 a piece times 3 is $270. I'm not even including shipping. Right now, I know y'all not gonna be able to see this, but I have $246. If you do the math for 2,074, I have $246.73 worth of DIMO. 15 months. And you think by making us subscribe is supposed to help this project? As promised, when you bought them, you'll have no subscription cost for 3 full years. New features added for no cost, support, and rewards. The subscription amount will be lower than R1s after 3 years. And this is unfair. The hell it is unfair. The hell it is unfair because you're making, dude, you want to go toe to toe with me? I don't know who you think you're playing with because I'm going to call you out live on this video at 22 cents a day for my Macaron that's been connected for, let me see, I don't want to lie, for 72 weeks. I don't know if y'all can see that. I don't know why this camera does not like focusing. 72 weeks. So let's keep going with our rebuttal. And look, for 72 weeks. This will make, let's check the fancy calculator because again, I ain't saying nothing wrong to get attacked. So at 22 cents times 30, $6. Make $6 a month. Why would anyone subscribe to that? And this is even with my online account attached and staking. We didn't join DIMO for the features in a app. We joined to support the project. And I ran out of space. So let me go edit this real quick. How's that? So, Rob, I hope you get some medical help, bro. That's all I can tell you. All I can tell you. All right, so after that, we're going to see if Rob owes me a new blood pressure cuff. Oh, Rob. You're like a little animal that's lost its way and needs help. Red. 161 over 105. Come on, man. DIMO owes me blood pressure meds now. Let me tell you what's funny. When you look at his pinned message, whatever the hell you tweet, whatever you want to say, newer cars can connect for free in under 2 minutes, giving you a beautiful app for your car. So where does it say that there's going to be a subscription due? Because the Macaron subscription doesn't start for 3 years. But these other new ones that y'all got it talked into, I tried to warn y'all, and Grumpy got attacked for always being negative. Just like Helium, when I tried warning y'all before y'all jumped into 5G and all this stuff like that, mobile and stuff, and I got attacked for being negative for that. And you see how that turned out. So now people jumped in these new products with DIMO, and I said they're not gonna give this thing for y'all for free. And some of it talked about a cellular subscription. So anyway, let's keep going. So he goes on to say the details are, they learned that users with low quality data and who did not have to pay had very high churn, did not engage, and really just siphon rewards away from users who engaged. Engaged how? You kept the damn thing plugged in. Y'all said it has to be plugged in at least once per week, which means I never unplug mine, but y'all made it to where as long as it sent the report once per week, they could keep getting rewards. Maybe that needs to be changed. I know some of y'all are not like that either, but details about the subscription. It's per car. Access to the DIMO mobile app is included. Well, thank you very much that we can see what kind of rewards we're making. But I know what he's talking about. He's thinking that y'all are just dying to be able to see all the little goofy stuff about your car that you can find also with many other apps these days, including if you have a subscription to OnStar or any of these other things that you probably already have, probably for free from some of these manufacturers. What do you need this for? The subscription is applied to devices supported by Digital Infrastructure Inc. In other words, if our company is paying the SIM, providing support, and enabling the integration, they're charging for it, because DIMO is open protocol. Other companies like Kaufman in South America create and sell devices with lower or free subscriptions. Think of us as a cellular carrier like Verizon or AT&T, and the R1 as a phone that we sell. Listen, I know some of y'all are going to correct me because apparently I'm getting this all wrong. I have misunderstood for the last 18 months what DIMO is about, apparently. But in one thing, they're talking about how the DIMO ecosystem, vehicle events API, enables developers to create real-time applications for vehicles, but they're getting that stuff from us. But now he's trying to charge it. He's trying to use this example that, the DIMO device is like the cell phone, but they are the service that's getting that back to these people. I'm just lost in this. And look, how can explain it in the Discord? I mean, in the comments below, but I don't understand how, DIMO makes it super easy to build apps. They're trying to be the data provider to these people, and it's coming from us. But yet it's not like we can take our DIMO Macaron and go and use somebody else's product with it, or, to some other business and sell our data to them. It has to go through DIMO. And now you want us to start paying again. The Macaron is still, for me, is still 18 months away. Hell, I don't know if I'd still be doing it in 18 months. But for some of y'all other ones, it's a lot sooner. Like probably starting very soon. Your daily commute leveled up. Now every mile you drive, money and smarter AI. Share your DIMO connected vehicle, takes to that, and to the Beaconator. So they want you to join all these beacon protocols. I saw some earlier in this bus with somebody else's X. I have not followed it that much, but here we go. So today, Xiaofeng, whatever. Big news from DIMO. Made a major change on how they're offering a DIMO R1 LTE adapter. Starting today, now it's discounted to $99. It includes 6 months of free DIMO app. After your 6 months free trial ends, you'll still get insights and features for $8.33 a month if you build annually, or $9.99 a month if it's billed monthly. So $10 a month. Nobody knows what the R1 rewards are going to be if you're even going to be making $10 a month. Why the change? Continues tracking high processing costs. The small subscription supports development of more advanced features and lets us keep building the most powerful, connected car experience on the road. Let us know what you think. So people let them know what you think. And we're wrong anyway. We'll have more details soon coming for in-app pricing. So when you read this, it makes it sound like they're just not generating enough money. The project's failing, as several people have called out in the Discord, in X, that this is Silencio. This is, why are you going to charge us for ads if you're making money off selling data like you said you did in fundraising and seed money and everything else? Why are you nickel and diming us for ads and then going to try to charge a subscription? It's the same thing here. If you're selling the data like you think, you should be able to get enough revenue that the people, without our data, your project is done. And now you want us to charge, now you want us to pay to provide your data so that you can keep your project going. That's what this boils down to. And if y'all think I'm wrong, please explain why I'm wrong. Don't just say you're wrong. Explain how I'm wrong. If we all say, screw this subscription stuff, and we all start disconnecting our devices, DIMO's not surviving. I know you got people out there who are going to willfully pay their subscription because they think they're supporting the project, and there's this unicorn, this savior, messiah, and the cheerleaders, like I talk about in every video about every project. The cheerleaders who right now who are thinking this is some great thing. Y'all are morons. The new DIMO subscription works. What you need to know. We had a lot of great questions. Your data. We do not sell your data, period. With DIMO, you can choose to monetize it through apps or share it on your own terms. Since when? That is not what this project started as. You also think I'm losing my mind? Updated 16 days ago. This has changed. So now, once we opt in, why do you think we haven't opted in? We've been doing this some people have been doing this for 2 years now. 2 years. Once data sharing begins and the user is opted in, common buyers of vehicle data include automakers, insurance companies, auto manufacturers, whatever. DIMO negotiates on behalf of users to get the best deal for their data, whether it's direct payment or for cheaper goods, services, whatever. DIMO takes serious precautions with protect. Again, when you read the announcement that was made, they make it sound like they're providing that back to us. And that's why you need the subscription. This doesn't even make sense to a point. Maybe it's just because it's late at night, So maybe that's what it is. Maybe I've had all this wrong. And now they have spun this to where we're providing data somehow. We have to enable, even though I've been with this project now for 18 months, you still have to go enable your data. And then if companies want that, not only will we get the DIMO that we were getting before, but we're supposed to be getting paid more now. And that's what you're paying up for a subscription for. Me and everybody else were confused. The same project that I put a ticket in for 2 weeks ago because my wife's vehicle says Hyundai Telluride. So I can't even hook the online app to it because it's through Kia.com because it's a Kia Telluride. So on Discord, they said, that's no problem. It's a quick fix. Just open a ticket online. They say, we need a copy of your registration, a picture of the VIN, and a picture of something else. And I did all that 2 weeks ago. And here we still are. They can't fix that somehow. And when I look at each vehicle, I see where it says permission sharing, where I've shared that information for each vehicle with DIMO. So they should already be getting that stuff. Now, I also know, so let me just keep going with this. It's getting late. So basically, you have, before today, you were promised, whatever. Autopies are already out of their free trial. And if you're not happy with the Autopie or Macaron isn't good in terms of data quality, it's likely a R1 would fix that. for $99 and for 6 months. And after 6 months, you got to pay for it. Macaron will be a reduced amount given the cheap cost of the IoT as far as the subscription. Teslas will even potentially pay a subscription as well, likely a reduced amount given the official integration that saves them money. Many Autopilot owners on year three, I talked about that already. Nobody's being charged yet. They'll share more about when the devices have their pass-free trial and software cards will start paying, likely August 1st. Bouncy, Tessie, Fixed, Geotab, etc. are all telemetry products that are also charged subscriptions. They don't offer tokens, though, so that's what they're trying to justify it, saying if you are giving data to any of these, they're charging you a subscription, but you don't get paid for it. But again, this is, to me, you're still changing everything. You're still changing from what we joined and what we thought we were joining a while back. Hey, projects change and pivot all the time. If DIMO wants to roll this way, they're going to roll this way. That's their gamble. I not Nostradamus, but I just have a feeling how this is going to work out for them. If you're receiving a product for free, it's because you are the product. We do not sell your data. DIMO burns tokens when you use. So, like, I think what it is now, since you have these integrations, because I saw earlier, if you want to join Beaconator, you want to join Road Epic, you want to join some of these other projects and stuff. So DIMO says how they don't sell your data. DIMO, you can choose to monetize your data through marketplace apps or share it on. So basically, they're not going to sell our data no more now, or like originally we all dreamt of that conversation. Now we're going to sell the data, and they're going to make the pipeline of the data sales. That's what this is turning into. Nobody will be charged yet. There'll be an AMA with Rob Solomon announced soon. And like some people said, yeah, no, thank you. So y'all know it's not just me saying all this. And for a lot of y'all know, Osvaldo, who's also El Capo Fox, has a YouTube channel that I do follow some of his videos. And, he has been a very big proponent, probably one of the biggest YouTubers that I know of, along with Tech Hustler, but that have talked about the DIMO project. And it's those guys that I feel for, and that's because they're the ones with egg in their face. They had no idea this was coming, and the same thing could happen with me with the projects that I really push hard. We don't know. This is why I always say we don't know what's going to happen with these projects. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You could wake up tomorrow and these projects could be done. DIMO, I'm questioning a lot of things right now. I'm not going to say what I really want to say because I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get attacked for it or accused of slandering or anything like that, because I don't know. This could 180 turn around this project and make it a great project. I'm willing to bet on it, but you never know. Never know. So he says how it's not good news on DIMO. Team is not to stay connected on DIMO and therefore get the class rewards or feature. You'll have to pay a subscription of about $9 per month. Not only LTE R1 and Tesla, but also subscription after the free period is over for Autopilot, Macaron, and Smart Car. More info released soon. Main problem is very simple. I hope developers' licenses, minting, or future projects will help in the coming months. But now, in the current situation of what we get from baseline rewards every Monday, no one is encouraged to pay a monthly fee of $9. Thank you very much. We're on the same page. My advice: if you want to give the team, consider a free subscription, and that can aggregate costs are automatically deducted from baseline rewards. I don't agree with that either, but hey, this is him. Pay the subscription. You have full access to DIMO app, for example, engine scanning, etc. I didn't join the project for that. A lot of people are saying we didn't join the project for that. We don't care about that. We don't need that. We can have that already, or with something else, Soarchain or one of these, or some of us have OB2 port scanners ourselves. I didn't join for that. But anyway, pay subscription, you have full access to DIMO app, engine scan, full baseline rewards. Or free subscription, you have less access to the DIMO app and a reduction in baseline rewards. However, this will allow you to pay the connected costs and therefore stay connected for free. I hope the casino considers this. I think there should be just no subscription fee if you don't want any of the goofy extra things that apparently some people want in the Discord. And some people are saying, hey, through Toyota.com or whatever it is, I can see all that already. I don't need that. Why would I pay for it again? The problem is it's like a everything or nothing thing. I don't want that. And this is where I was talking about the connectivity. Today, June 7th, is the last day to connect your vehicle to the Beacon protocol. Do what you can. It's free and takes a few minutes. Link to join. And there's another one also. Now, is this part of the, like, what's the carrot for joining that? I don't know. I started to join it in one of these pass keys and stuff that I couldn't find. I was too busy in the middle trying to make this video, but I think I beat this dead horse enough. So if you want to stay with DIMO, you got subscription costs coming. Whether it's going to be August 1st if you have a AutoPie or one of the free ones, Teslas, and if you have a Macaron, it's going to be whenever, like in my case, a year and a half. I have a year and a half left, maybe a little bit less than a year and a half left before my subscription starts. So I have some time to make my decision. Really think there's going to be something that happens to this project before that, well before that point. Either it's going to continue to go downhill or this again revives it to something different. And then I'll be willing to pay the subscription. Who knows? I tell you right now, the way the rewards are going, we need to have a really, really, really good alt season to bring DIMO back up to make it worthwhile, because even at a reduced rate for what I'm making, it's not worth it. It's not worth it for me even to break even or make $2 or $3 a month. It's not worth it. Again, I've always, the positives, I've always talked about the positives of this project that I think Soarchain could have learned from, was that you don't have to touch these things. I have a helium miner in my backyard on the tower. I have several between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, just by myself, along with other people, that my family can go anywhere. And with that DIMO Macaron, I can track them if I need to. I don't track them because I ain't got time for it and I ain't to worry about it. But if I needed to, my kids, teenagers aren't answering the phone. I can see where their vehicle is at least, or with an iPhone or something. But anyway, and you don't have to touch it. Other than like right now, I have a firmware due on one of my Macarons. And that's it. So there are positives to this project. But it's not just DIMO. It's any of these, like Entropy. Okay, you have to buy a miner now. You have to buy eventually you have to buy an NFT. Junk Coin, you're going to have to buy an NFT to join that and to be in that project. With some other projects, you have to either buy something to get in, but that's it. There's no reoccurring current charge to stay in that project. I understand what DIMO's trying to say is, hey, we're a subscription that's allowing you to continue to take that information from your vehicle and send it to some provider somewhere that's going to pay you back for it. And we're just that service. I understand that, but you can say all you want. When we bought Macarons, they're trying to say that was implied. I disagree. The only thing that we knew that was going to be a fee at some point, all fairness aside, was the R1 LTE, because you knew that was a cellular connection. And I argued from when the date was announced, when you had YouTubers pushing that thing hard for their code, you didn't hear me one time on any video discuss that thing, because I'm not going to sit here and push my viewers into a product that I know is going to have that cellular monthly charge, and you have no idea what those rewards are going to be. And now you got subscription costs. Now with the R1, yes, the subscription cost is probably going to be the cellular cost. But these other devices, and again, they got the cheerleaders who are going to say, this is great for the project. That's fine. Hopefully they can survive with just your information. Because you read what these other people are saying is, unless something changes or tweaks, they're not going to sit here and pay. Like I said, okay, Macaron's going to be reduced fee. That's fine. But right now, maxed out on a DIMO Macaron that's been connected for 70 weeks, I'm currently making $6 a month. The subscription for the R1's $9 a month. They're saying the Macaron's going to be much less because of limited data. But even if it's $5 a month, did I make it only $1 a month for doing all this? There's no way. I don't like the fact that I'm only making $6 a month. Out of all my projects I go over on Mondays, I am currently in 12 projects right now. Really more than that, because I have on Honey Game Pawns and Earn App on the same line, but you can really call it like 15. And DIMO is in the last place of rewards. Last place. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all are all adults here, and y'all make y'all's own decisions of what y'all going to do. Again, you know, just like I said with Healy, and just like I said with a bunch of other projects, there's no reason to go and just get all pissy and disconnect stuff. You'd be idiot if you did it. You already paid for the device. You might as well just let it roll. But the day comes when it's supposed to be a subscription, and I have to pay for that subscription. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. You know, so we'll have to see, you know, what happens when that day comes. Y'all want to continue with DIMO? Y'all got a vehicle that's somehow making more than, again, we don't know what the R1's going to make, but, you know, that's good. So we calmed down now. We did a couple of deep breaths, and we'll see, you know, what the blood pressure is. And my doctor adjusted my medicine today. Hopefully that kicks in soon, because I'm supposed to have surgery at the end of the month. I can't have surgery until my blood pressure's down. So you see what's like, boys and girls, when y'all get older. It's one thing to fix one problem that leads to another problem that, you know, it is what it is. So been trying to cut back on everything else, but it's hard to cut back on stress when you got things like this happening. So we'll see. We'll see how things go. Just tune in on Mondays to see what the projects are doing every month. On Thursdays, I do a live. I noticed it'll come up in a live on Thursdays. So at 7 p.m. Central Time, and I have my videos in between that. Make sure you subscribe to my Discord. So therefore, you know, we'll see what it is. And I'm still in the red. You can't see it. Maybe y'all don't want to see it. Oh, that's been harder than it normally is. Seems like the more medicine I take, the worse it gets. All right, boys and girls. So if I don't stroke out tonight, we'll see y'all in the next video.